Okay, namaskar. Let us start with our program. We are going to today discuss something which is very, very vital to the times that we are going through now. My name is, let me introduce myself. Jyoti Sapru. I am a psychological counselor here in Kolkata, and I am dealing with a lot of cases online and conducting webinars. So thank you so much, Kashmiri Pandits United, for inviting me for this special talk. And I must congratulate all the audience for joining us, for taking out time. It's so fantastic that everybody is here to listen, and we are going to have a very, very nice session. So welcome everybody. Namaskar, good evening. Namaskar, Mara. So I'm going to start the presentation in another 2 minutes. Okay, so we are here to discuss some happenings which are going on in our world now, which came up suddenly. We are not prepared for this. We didn't know that something like this will happen with all of us. And leave aside the adults and the problem of the adults, I feel the children are suffering because of loss of education, loss of resources, loss of their peers, the lifestyle that they had. Everything has come to a standstill. So I am here to offer my knowledge and experience that I have gained in helping these children get over the problems. So firstly, as a psychological counselor, I want you to understand what are the effects that a person faces during lockdown. What are the effects on the mental health? Because we are all suffering now mentally, and it's very important to realize what are these effects. To begin with, we all suffer from a certain amount of anxiety. Now, what do we understand by anxiety? If anybody is here from a psychology background, can you write what do you understand by anxiety? Is anybody having any idea about anxiety? We would like to hear from the audience. Let's make it more interactive. Is there anybody who would, like to say any comment on anybody suffering from any anxiety issues? Anything you want to say? You can please interact with me in the chat box. Okay, now since we are suffering from anxiety issues, we must understand what is the meaning of anxiety. Anxiety is a feeling of worry, of nervousness, or any unease about something with certain outcome. There are people who might just get an anxiety attack, a panic attack. So these things are, something which is not in our control. They just kind of, have a trigger in the environment, and we react to it, and we are always anxious. Now, this constant worry or the uneasiness about the uncertainty of the outcome. We don't know when Corona will go away from our lives. There is an uncertainty factor. So this is what is disturbing us most, that when will we be back to what we were in the pre-corona times. But here it's very, very important to understand, as I will explain in my tips, that we have to accept this as the new normal. So, as we were discussing the different psychological stresses that a person goes through, then there is different kinds of stress, psychological stress, as we call in our psychological terms, a state of mental or emotional strain, which is resulting from adverse or demanding circumstances. The circumstances around us are not normal. They are very, very demanding. They demand more adjustment. They demand more effort. They demand more reorientation of our lives in a new way. So this is a very unexpected era which nobody expected would come so suddenly on us, and it's very difficult to kind of understand that these things will be with us forever. So I hope I am audible to everybody and there is no issues in the audio. Okay, now since we are discussing different types of stress, let me also tell you that stress can be divided into acute, episodic, and chronic. We may kind of deal with stresses which are acute and related only to certain issues, and then again they may happen in episodes in regular intervals, or they may become chronic. Some people, they tend to look for stress even if there is no stress. So it's a part of their system to be stressed. So these are different kinds of stresses and psychological stresses that one goes through. And lastly, and most importantly, I feel something which is affecting all of us is depression. As we all know the word depression, but if there's anybody who knows about depression or has had any idea about depression, please do write in the chat box. I would love to hear from you people also what you feel about depression. What is your knowledge about depression? It will be very nice to hear from you. So anybody has any say on this? I would look forward to that. Depression basically is a feeling of severe despondency or dejection or self-doubt. It is a kind of a mood disorder. It is basically our mood that makes us feel happy or sad, and we tend to kind of make it a habit, and the habit becomes a behavior pattern, and then it becomes our personality. So this kind of depression, mental stress, psychological stress causes an overall change in the person's mindset, and then it is very difficult to help that person by the family members. So it is very, very important in today's time that you should reach out for a mental health professional, and that is the only way you can get rid of your mental and psychological stresses. So these are the three main problems. And what are the symptoms? How do we recognize that somebody is having a psychological problem? Now you all know that we all do get angry, we get irritable, we might be, not happy all the time, and we may not be okay all the time. So the main symptoms that tell us that this person is normal or not normal, the basic symptoms I'm just going to tell you very, very briefly is issues with anger management, irritability, emotional exhaustion, insomnia, mood swings, and post traumatic stress symptoms. Now we are going to come to our main topic, which, as I have been discussing with all my clients and all my programs, that is helpful tips for the young people, for the young children, and how they can get over this lockdown in a very positive and strong way. Firstly, to begin with, I feel that introspection of each issue one by one. It's very important that we look inside, we look within, and we try to address these issues that we are facing. And it's like, it's not always okay to talk to somebody. I feel first you need to talk and sort things out in your own head, in your own mind. Please try to understand and make yourself understand, control your thoughts, and think about, how you can improve yourself and your circumstances. Again, like everybody knows and like everybody is saying, we can develop new hobbies in resources available. Whatever is available to us, we have to increase that, include it in our time with whatever resources we have. Let us try to develop new hobbies. Again, another very important tip is to create a schedule for utilization of your whole day. It is very, very important for us to make creative and productive use of each and every minute of our waking time. So please try and create a schedule for yourself, a timetable for yourself, and utilize your whole day. Now, another very important thing which I feel personally now the children are suffering from is the screen time. They are spending too much time with their laptops, with their phones, so they are practically always on the gadgets. So to reduce the screen time is very, very important. Again, one daily family bonding game or activity, like we used to, when children were small and with us at home, play Ludo, play Carom. If you can't go out, if you can go out, try and play a cricket match, do anything. But one daily family bonding activity is very, very important. Again, frequent and happy conversations with positive friends, friends who give you strength, friends who give you inspiration. Having a person who will always give you positivity and strength will keep you, going in these times. You don't need to talk to 10 different people, just speaking to one person in a day also. If that person gives you quality time, quality information, it is good enough. Okay, and also breathing exercises to calm your mind. Please understand that our mind is to control our body. So if we keep our mind happy, we will keep our body also happy. We always think about going to the gym or going for a walk or going for a jog. We exercise, but mentally we don't keep our minds happy. So that physical fitness will not help us until we are mentally fit. So mental health matters, mental fitness matters. Please try to keep yourself mentally very, very fit so that you can take any adverse circumstances like what we are dealing now in your stride. Okay, like I said, mental exercises, breathing exercises, and physical exercises for 30 minutes to vent out all your pent up energies is also very important. Isolate yourself from too much news. You know, there is too much news being bombarded on us from all sides on corona, on lockdown, on death toll, and everything. So don't have to, kind of check on it like a regular cricket score. You can just, have enough information, keep yourself hygienic and sanitized, keep your surroundings clean and sanitized. That's more than enough. And don't go into Google and look out for additional information that might lead to a lot of OCDs, and a lot of over information leads to overthinking, and then we kind of get drawn into that cycle of negative thinking. Okay, avoid sending fatalistic messages. It's always very nice if somebody gives you a very positive good morning note, or brings a bright sunshine into your life and gives you a big $1 million smile. That is more important than spreading news and giving fatalistic messages, negative messages, or any kind of, stressful or stress creating messages. So discipline the house. Discipline the house by cleaning, washing, and sanitizing regularly. This is also very important for us to understand that we need to sanitize ourselves as well, our house, and this is the new normal. This is what we are going to live with. Do not forget to wear your mask, your gloves. Make it a way of life and things will just be fine. Okay, now divide the duty equally amongst the home members in the house. All members should contribute. There should not be anybody getting extra burdened by the new times that we are moving into. We must all pitch in. As humans, we are born to help. As humanity says, we should be kind. When we are so nice and so kind to outsiders, why can't we be kind to our own family members? Try and be a little nice. It doesn't cost anything. So this is also very important, that the positive mood will help build up the immune system. Our immune system, like we say that our immunity, if our immunity is good, if we are boosted with our immunity, then our, the virus will not attack us, or we will not get the health issues. So it's very important that you build up your immunity, but not only by taking the vitamins, you can also build it up by keeping your mood happy as much as you can. Do anything, do whatever that makes you happy. And it's very good to pursue healthier lifestyle. Now you have the time. Make sure whatever you are eating or drinking is nutritious and adding to your value. Implement small positive changes day by day. There should be small positive changes. Take small steps, but every day make it better than yesterday. Whatever you have done yesterday, it has to improve. Even also by 1%, you will take small steps and make a bigger change later on. So again, like we say, that the fear of strangeness, the strangeness of this whole situation has to be broken down. It is okay to talk, to, read and try and distract yourself. Whatever helps you, whatever suits you, whatever is best for you in that situation, do it. Just try to break down any kind of fear or anxiety or depression or OCD or any kind of negative thinking that might, creep into your mind. And any greater emergency, even in your house, if there's an emergency, it can be broken down into small and manageable chunks. and it's all going to happen with your personal time management. If you're good at managing your time, you will be able to focus on the present scenario in a very strong way. Lastly, I just want to say that the UNESCO Director General, Audrey Azoulay, he is so worried that the global scale and speed of the current education disruption which has happened now is unparalleled. It is just, we have nothing in our past that we can compare with this, what is happening with us now. There is too much of trouble for everybody. So the lockdown and the pandemic and the social distancing measures that many countries have implemented have caused disruptions. They have, changed our daily routines. And as of now, the schools have been suspended nationwide. And in over 188 countries, according to UNESCO, over 90% of the enrolled learners, that is 1.5 billion young people, they are out of education. So this is completely, a disturbing scenario for the students. And I hope the points that we have discussed today are going to be of some use to the parents, to the teachers, to the students, or anybody who is dealing with this pandemic in a strong way. So I am here to looking forward to any questions. Please do respond, and you can ask me any questions you want to ask me now. Please write in the chat box. You can send a message, and I am available on my Facebook page, Self-Help Counseling Center. And as you all know, Kashmiri Pandits United has given me this opportunity. So I thank them so much for having me here today and allowing me to reach out to all our Kashmiri brothers and sisters. And my best wishes to everybody. Is there anybody who wants to ask any question? You can ask me now. I'm able to see the chat box if there is any question. Okay, good evening, Rena ji, good evening, good evening. Yes, this is definitely a need of the hour. Okay, a sharer wants me to talk about, how we can kind of reduce the screen time. The children are always on the phone and laptop, so this is a big issue. Parents are saying, "Abhi घर में तो और कुछ कर नहीं सकते," तो they are going to do this. So let us discuss some, complaints that I get from parents regularly. The children have locked themselves up in the room. They don't get up all day. They stay awake whole night. They are awake practically whole night. And they are even refusing to take a shower. It's very difficult to now get them into a routine, because पहले क्या था कि स्कूल जा रहे हैं तो रेडी होना है, ब्रेकफास्ट करना है, स्कूल से आ रहे हैं, खाना खाना है. But now it is, like we are home all day, so there is no discipline, there is no time to brush your teeth, to take a shower, to kind of do your regular activities. So these are very common complaints. Even there is loss of appetite. I mean, sitting home, abhi aap kitna rogan josh or yakhni khayenge, it is, kind of very difficult to make the children also, they get bored eating home food and they want junk food and fast food. But we as parents try that we give them whatever is healthy and nutritious and safe. Above all, it is safety first. So these are the common complaints. Children also who are, like differently abled or special children, so they also get very frustrated and short tempered because their daily routines are completely disrupted, and there is a huge wave of fear that you might contract the virus. This fear is, at the back of the mind of the children's mind also. They feel this, it's very scary for them. So just staying healthy at the moment now is itself a big stress. I mean, you're not asking for the sun and the moon, but just to stay healthy itself is it's a big stressor. And college students also who were in hostel, it is so difficult for them because suddenly they were asked to evacuate their dormitories and they had to rush back home. Half their clothes are lying in the hostel, some of their stuff is here, and they feel very disoriented. And again, there is a lot of cancellation of anticipated events, like a graduation ceremony or a farewell party that they were looking forward to is all not happening, and it cannot happen online as it is in the real world. So they do feel a lot of distress and they miss their schools and colleges. And then there is a lot of loss of part-time jobs. Some students, college students, were doing part-time jobs. And then final year students also anxious about the market, the job market, and where will they go now, what will they do, because people are being laid off and the jobs are being lost. So it's very difficult now to kind of gear up for a new job. It's not going to happen too soon. We have to accept it, and it's okay. It's okay. It's more important to survive this than to get a job or a diploma or a degree or whatever. So first is our survival, our safety, and then everything else can come later, and we can do all of that after we are okay with this situation. Again, economic uncertainty, abruptness of the lockdown, and indefinitely growing of the death toll is also affecting the psychology of the children. And there is a complete collapse of the world economy. It is not only in India or US or UK or Dubai or UAE. It's happening all over the world. We are all sailing in the same boat. So we just need to calm down and carry on. So now, anybody wants to ask any more questions? How to focus on studies? Again, I will say that they are studying because of online classes. They tend to क्या होता है कि आप जब क्लास कर रहे हैं और किसी का मैसेज आ गया and then you are distracted and you're talking on the Facebook or WhatsApp, so that is very distracting for adults also. So these children kind of it's very difficult for them to understand that what is important at this time is to reduce your screen time. I will give you some important tips on how you can reduce your screen time. You can limit the screen time of your child by setting a preset time limit. Like in iPhones and Androids, they do have a preset time limit. So you can do that and then not allow the child. If the child is too young, you can regulate the time. Again, you can kind of take a break from the mobile app. You can ask the child, come have a fruit, we'll cut a fruit. वो पहले ज़माने में जैसे हम लोग खुद बैठ के मौसम्बी का जूस अपने हाथ से निकालते थे, it was such a nice activity. It was use of your motor skills, and also the flavors that used to come out, we used to enjoy. बट अभी हम क्या करते हैं कि सिर्फ एक टेट्रा पैक निकाल के दे देते हैं, एंड आप लीजिए, एंड आप स्ट्रॉ डालिए और पी लीजिए. तो हमने बच्चे को वो सिखाया ही नहीं, वो दिखाया ही नहीं. सो इट्स always, I feel that it's the parents, how you can be teaching your children the different flavors of life by kind of doing activities which will involve them and distract them from their phone. Okay. And it's very important to take these breaks from your phone time, and slowly, suppose I say take a 10 minutes break, beta, and after that I say, okay, take a 20 minutes break, and then make it a 30 minutes break. So practically the breaks will become longer and the screen time will become much lesser. Okay. And going back to phone calls, initially we had landlines. उसमें ना फेसबुक था, ना व्हाट्सएप था, कुछ भी नहीं था. We just used to have live conversations. So having live and direct conversations is much more better than using apps. And this is what I recommend to all parents, that you can even adopt a pet, take your dog for a walk, or prepare a dinner recipe. Do anything to distract the child from the phone. And digital detox is the latest trend which everybody is following worldwide, because we need to go back to our basics. Read a book, write an essay, write a poem. You can write a poem on anything. Every day you can write one poem. There's nothing that stops you to pen down your thoughts. So an essay, a story, it's so wonderful to go back to, things that happened before technology was so advanced. So a digital detox can be done that way. Then you can pick up a hobby, like you can sketch, sing, dance, cook, do gardening, and bird watching. Take pictures. What a beautiful sunset outside. Just go and take a picture. It's so important. And you can quit your bad habits now. I feel it's high time we quit smoking and drinking and doing any kind of substance abuse, because Corona has taught us so much, that you just need a simple life. You need your family to be safe, and everything else doesn't really matter. Again, if you have old clothes in the house, you can kind of make masks, you can make matching gloves, you can do any kind of activity with whatever resources are available in the house. And then I can say for all the women that झाड़ू पोछा करके तो डबल चिन ऐसे ही चला जाएगा, जिम जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. So it's all that we are going through now, and it's so wonderful that in this lockdown we have been able to reconnect to our old selves, what we were, reconnect with our old friends, and do anything. But always remember, it's not important to do something all the time. कभी कभी कुछ नहीं भी करना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Just sit down and smell a rose. I mean, it's fantastic. Watch a sunset and breathe in the fresh air. अभी मौसम इतना अच्छा हो गया, climate इतना अच्छा हो गया. We are absolutely happy and healthy and safe, and we should practice gratitude and mindfulness and all these techniques to keep us positive and keep us going in our times. And I hope if there's any more questions, great topic, need of the hour. Yes, sir. Can you please? Yeah, okay. And they want suggestions for old aged people. Now, old aged people, I mean our elders, they really don't care whether it's a lockdown or a corona or not a corona. They are having their fixed ideas and their fixed schedules. So we have to accept them the way they are. We cannot change them, we can only change ourselves. So I would say that try and change yourself and adapt to the situation, because keeping them safe is also the need of the hour. We need to keep the elders safe. So it's okay if they are not going out and their immunity is strong and they all stay safe and happy and healthy. So Mara, anything else anybody wants to ask? And then we will close the live video. Anybody has any more questions can please ask me in the chat box now. Okay, so I think we can end the live video now. I have basically covered the topics on mental health and given tips and answered your questions also. I am available for counseling on Self-Help Counseling Center. It's a Facebook page. You can contact me there. And thank you so much, Kashmiri Pandits United, for giving me this platform to reach out. And it has been fantastic. I hope you all gained something from my talk tonight. And we shall look forward to more such sessions. If you have any topics that you want us to discuss, please let us know. Namaskar.